Prepare to have your perception of fresh food completely shattered. You might think you're making healthy choices, but a disturbing industry secret reveals how manufacturers use specific additives to mimic the look and feel of wholesome ingredients. This video will expose the shocking truth behind why some foods seem fresher than they are, and what that really means for you. Imagine this. On one side, you have a pile of vibrant, fresh-picked strawberries. On the other, a brightly colored fruit snack bar, just as vibrant, just as red. Which one is truly fresh? The answer seems obvious, but the lines are becoming increasingly blurred. Today, we're diving into the paradox of fresh and how certain additives, often hidden in plain sight, create an appearance of health that defies the reality of processed food. It's a battle between common perception and chemical reality, and you're about to see how deep the rabbit hole goes. Let's start with the master manipulators, the additives that make food pop. These are the tools used to enhance visual freshness. We're talking about colorants, texture enhancers, and even natural extracts whose main job is to create a feast for the eyes. Take carrageenan, for example. You'll find it in many natural yogurts, almond milks, and cottage cheeses. It's often presented as a simple seaweed-derived thickener. And it does thicken, but its real magic is creating a perfectly uniform, smooth texture. It prevents separation, making a product look consistently creamy and fresh day after day. A lower quality yogurt might otherwise separate and look watery. But with carrageenan, it maintains that just-made appearance, masking the true quality of the ingredients inside. It creates a visual standard of freshness that real, unadulterated food often can't meet. Then there's ascorbic acid, which is just vitamin C. Sounds healthy, right? We all know vitamin C is good for us. But in the food industry, its primary role is often as an antioxidant to prevent browning. You see it used on pre-cut fruits and vegetables, like apple slices in a bag or packaged salads. It keeps them looking bright, crisp, and freshly cut long after they were actually prepared. This extends their visual appeal on the shelf, giving you the impression of peak freshness when, in reality, the clock on their nutritional value started ticking long ago. The vitamin is being used not for your health, but for the product's appearance. But the deception doesn't stop with what we see. It extends to our other senses, creating a full flavor and aroma facade. When cereal, fresh ingredients are either diminished or completely absent, manufacturers turn to flavor enhancers and aroma compounds to fill the void. This is where the mysterious term natural flavors comes into play. It sounds innocent, maybe even desirable. But natural flavors can be complex chemical concoctions, derived from natural sources but then heavily processed and manipulated in a lab. Their job is to simulate freshness. Think of the smell of fresh-baked bread in a product that has been on a shelf for weeks, or the intense aroma of ripe berries in a yogurt that contains more sugar and flavorings than actual fruit. These compounds are engineered to trigger the sensory memories we associate with fresh food, convincing our brains that we're eating something far more wholesome than we actually are. Acids like citric acid play a similar role. While it does act as a preservative, it's also used to add a tangy, fresh taste. That zesty kick in a fruit drink or snack can trick your taste buds into thinking you consuming real, ripe fruit, even when the main ingredients are water, sugar, and artificial flavors. It's a chemical shortcut to a taste experience that should come from whole ingredients. This brings us to the great shelf-life charade, where products are fresh until ... a date far in the future. We've been conditioned to see a long shelf life as a convenience, but it's made possible by an army of preservatives. Ingredients like sodium, benzoate or nitrates, and nitrites in cured meats are incredibly effective at preventing spoilage from bacteria, mold, and yeast. While this keeps the food safe to eat, it also locks it in a state of suspended animation. These preservatives stop the natural process of decay, maintaining the color, texture, and appearance of freshness long after the food has been processed. A hot dog can look perfectly pink and fresh for weeks thanks to nitrates that prevent discoloration. A jar of pickles can stay crisp for months. This blurs our understanding of what real freshness is. True, freshness is fleeting. It has a short lifespan because it's alive with nutrients and enzymes. These shelf-stable products, by their very nature, are the opposite of that, yet they wear the mask of freshness perfectly. So, with all this illusion and manipulation, what can you do? How do you unmask the illusion and find genuine freshness? The power is in your hands, and it starts with becoming a food detective. First, learn to read ingredient labels beyond the flashy marketing claims on the front of the package. Look for a short list of whole, recognizable ingredients. If the list is long and filled with words you can't pronounce, gums, starches, artificial colors, and natural flavors, it is a sign that the product is more of a chemical construction than real food. The fewer ingredients, the closer you are to the source. Second, start prioritizing truly whole, unprocessed foods. Buy fruits and vegetables in their natural state. Learn to appreciate that a real apple might have a small bruise and fresh squeezed juice might separate. Real food isn't always perfectly uniform or visually flawless, and that's okay. In fact, that's a sign of authenticity. Embrace the fact that genuine freshness has a shorter shelf life. It means you're eating food that's still full of life. Finally, question everything. Be skeptical of claims like fresh tasting or farm fresh on a highly processed product. Empower yourself with knowledge. Your health is not about perceived freshness. It's about genuine nutrition. By making informed choices, you can see past the industry's illusions and choose foods that truly nourish your body. It's time to demand real food, not just a good-looking imitation. Thank you so much for watching. If this video opened your eyes, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps you navigate the complex world of food. Stay curious and stay healthy.